You are now tapped in with the Hood Mystic.
You are now tapped in with Hood in the Morning.
Peace to the family. It's the Hood Mystic representing www.hoodmystic.com. Here with another edition episode of Hood in the Morning. Apologize for being late, but priorities are priorities. I come first. My health comes first. Really, me being around my children comes first, and a healthier man is a healthier dad, and maybe I'm giving myself a couple more years to spend with my grandkids by working out today. So, I don't take it lightly. It's a lifestyle for me. It's not to brag or not to boast, but man, I'm loving life. I'm loving myself. And by loving myself means I'm loving my body. By loving my body means that I'm doing the best things that I can actually do for it. I ain't worrying about the hot dogs and steak and cheeses of yesteryear. Tapped into the protein shakes and good old veggies and things of that nature of the present moment. So, dang, I ain't even introduced myself to people who don't know me. I'm the Hood Mystic, representing www.hoodmystic.com by the way of Columbian Exchange, by the way of alchemicacademic.com. Apologize for that misspeak. But yeah, man, just coming off this shadow work class, and I'm not even gonna hold you in the not the middle, towards the end of the shadow work class. It was like, all right, the shadow work is leading the way to law of attraction. So update to the family, those known and unknown ancestors, souls, guides. We are redirecting and understanding our energy to law of attraction. Now, I am going to do a law of attraction course, but you know me, I can't be faking or flogging, so I gotta tap into some law of attraction shit in my real life, and then I'll do the course. But if I'm gonna talk about law of attraction and ain't attract no good shit in my life, then ain't no way for me to talk about it. So I'm gonna give myself a month to do the study, to apply the study, to ingrain myself in law of attraction energy, and then bring that energy forward. But if you're sincere about this thing, you would tap into that shadow work, getting in tune to your hidden self, getting into the part of you that isn't known, or the part of you that blocks the soul. On Saturday night, I put a video out, the nine journal prompts that'll help you. I'm giving that away because although I charge for the course, although I'm charging for the book, maybe you just don't have it. And I promise you, if you work through the 9 journal prompts, you will actually get a couple of dollars so you could then, manifest some things in your life. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Because when you look at the world today, you see a lot of people struggling. You see a lot of people. I know in Detroit this week they're lifting the federal moratorium on evictions. So, a lot of people struggle financially no matter what they're showing you on the gram and shit. You might be struggling financially. You might not even be struggling financially, but don't nobody want to love on your ass. You might have somebody love on you, but you broke as hell. And so in order to tap into this law of attraction energy, I'm just adopting a law of attraction lifestyle. So if you have bad health, if you low on funds, ain't nobody willing to toss your salad, then it's time to tap into the law of attraction energy thought stream. And I'm so serious about it that I bar none when it comes to how I'm moving forward. Some things that's going on with the actual channel, the show. We will be having the live call-in, the live readings, but for all of the onlookers, all of my viewers, all of my YouTube subscribers, I will not be reading y'all asses. The only people that I will be reading is my Patreon subscribers. So if you want to get a mini reading live on air, be sure to sign up for my subscriber. Be sure to sign up for my Patreon. Subscribe to my Patreon. Simply subscribing to my YouTube just won't do, because a lot of people want to tap into your psychic spiritual energy but won't give you $3, to buy a pack of Black & Milds from the store. So A lot of this is me being very serious, but another part of me is being very silly because I'm extremely happy. I'm in an amazing good mood because I'm in tuned and tapped into my soul. I'm in tune and tapped into my shadow. It's that I got so much love for you and so much light for you, but at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. And if you want to take me there, we can go there. So I'm very well balanced, and I understand my masculine energy, which is very strong, and I also understand my feminine energy, which is very magnetic. And I'm happy to be who I am at a source level. There's some physical things that's going on with me, such as being overweight, but I'm just happy that I have the time and energy to dispel that energy. And it's a gradual process, but all of these things are developing me into a law of attraction lifestyle. And hey, you might already have been there. You might already be in the realms of living a perfect life. And hey, congratulations, you feel me? Hope you get an abundance of likes on Instagram. But for me, I'm here for gnosis. I'm here to understand the deeper aspects of truth, of the universe, of the cosmos, of reincarnation. And all of these things are super interesting to me. And all of the other mundane, regular stuff just does not interest me in the way that this deeper soul aspect and energy does. Give me 1 second. Doing the most, but not doing the least. So we're breaking up this show into 2 main parts, but within the main part is going to be 3 parts. The 2 main parts will be astrology, and then the next part will be law of attraction. Every time I do the hood in the morning, it will be sectioned off between astrology builds, and then we'll conclude the build and we'll deal with straight up law of attraction, straight up esoteric, straight up metaphysical sciences. If you clicked on this video, you might have seen the title, What is the Will? A lot of y'all will do a lot of shit that y'all never do in real life, so we're going to tap into why is that. Why did you tell me you will do something and didn't come through? We're going to tap into the true will, to whereas you don't have to tell me what you will do, you just do it. And more of doing the shadow work where you don't got to tell me what you're going to do about shit. Because the good things that you tell me, what you want me to pat you on the back, but why you don't tell me the bad things? You don't want me to judge you? You don't want me to criticize you? Well, stop having me appraise you and look at you like a good person if you're not going to tell me the whole entire story. And if you tell me the whole entire story and I run away from you, then maybe my soul was telling me to run away from this crazy person. And that's how things should be. It's better in this society to show one side, a false positive, right? And for me to love that false positive. And then when you show me the other side, which is the true negative, I'm not supposed to run. Well, it's 2021 and people have come into a state of gnosis. And the reality is this. Your reality exists in a space of truth and perception. Now, you can pull this up and you might not understand it, but please let me explain it. So when you pull it up, you can understand and correlate everything that's being said in this moment. Now, what you would look up is the double slit experiment. And the double slit experiment is a theory that specifically says that when you perceive a particular thing, it moves a certain way. When you're not paying attention to that particular thing, it moves a whole completely different type of way. So sometimes you can be worried about your baby daddy, but the deeper reality of the quantum 5-dimensional law of attraction realm of things is that if your baby daddy ain't right in front of you, dead center, then 10 times out of 10, your baby daddy don't exist. Let's get into some deeper realities. Your mama don't exist. Your kids don't exist. Don't nobody exist but your mind. Because at the end of the day, what will you ultimately be left with? Your mind. So in the realms of law of attraction, in the realms of T-squares, in the realms of finding your true will, Who should you be really trying to develop and build with? Your mama, your kids, your husband, or yourself, your mind? The mind is all, according to the Kabbalion. So when we reference this T-square energy in reference to the astrology, find yourself in what you will do with your ancestors. Find yourself what you will do with your soul. Understand what your karma is. See, a person can tell you you're going down the wrong direction. But another reality is that you can know that you're going down the right direction. Now, you could absorb a person's idea of you're going down the wrong direction and think about it and mull over it and dread over it and then begin to walk down the wrong direction even though you know it was the right direction, but because you believe what another person said, that altered your destiny. So we're here to experience the best that life has to offer, and this is what the soul has for you. The reality that I'm forced with when I come up with these conversations, when I'm talking about these things, is, my soul is telling me that a lot of people will not hear you, Kyrie, because the people close to them are taking them out of their vortex. The people close to them are really hoping to either rely on the individual that's listening to the message, or the individual that's listening to the message is not concerned with listening to their soul. They're trying to either rely on you or rely on their partner. So even though you have a clear message and the message resonates and it makes sense and it will make a person feel good, in the real time when it really matters, when the game is on, a person is not really truly relying on themselves or having the positive experience that they possibly could have with their mind. Meaning that you could create a whole erotic poetry book.
Close your eyes. Open your brain cavity. It's the return bitch.
Definitely a wrong mix, but because the talking throws me off, I'd be like, who is that? But listen, man, it's very important that you understand that you could look at your partner and then be like, okay, this person is pissing me off because they're not doing what I want them to do. They're not doing the things that they want themselves to do. They're not doing the things that their mama said that they should do. And the kids need them to do it because they are the kids. And this person is just doing all of the wrong things and never ever factoring in that maybe his destiny is to be a fuck up. But then when you're not looking at this particular fuck up, he doesn't even exist. A large percentage of your life is I see the word, but I can't say it because English is my second language. So I'm going to type it in the chat. Phantom orgasmic. I don't even know if that's even a word. Good Lord. I'm really typing in phantom orgasmic, but that's not the word. Phantasm. That's the word. Now, what is a phantasm? And if you're here for the astrology, give me a second. I'm cutting everything up on this one. So I'm just giving myself some time to just talk shit. A phantasm is a figment of the imagination, an illusion, or an apparition. And I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, children, girls and boys, everything that you experience is a phantasm. Meaning that if you were to look at something, this is the key thing about life. If you were to go to Cancun and the fucking water was the bluest diamond clear water, goddamn stingrays swimming, the sand is white, right? I mean, the most perfect beach in the world. Goddamn dolphins swimming around. You're just in the best place in the world in Cancun. Guess what you can't do? Stay there forever. Meaning that you cannot put Cancun in a container and bring it back to you to the projects in LA and be like, guess what, y'all? I just came from Cancun. It was beautiful. And then they'd be like, okay, tell me all about it. Now, if you say you on the same shit every day for a year, they're going to be like, girl, take your ass back to Cancun because this is the projects of LA. And by this time, we cared when you first told us, but at this point, we don't give a fuck. Meaning that you could be talking about some shit. This is like your baby daddy, your baby mama, the shit that happened in high school. Pure illusion. All illusion. What you'll experience tomorrow, 10 years from now, will be a complete an illusion. So what then becomes the most important emotion? See, you can't even think, right? Stop imagining that you're thinking on something when you can't even establish a positive emotion. So we're in the sacral chakra because we understand that we're spiritual beings having a human experience. What would then be the next level? The next level would be establishing an emotional balance or emotional understanding so you could begin to tap into your solar plexus, i.e. law of attraction. You have to fucking feel great. So generally, how do you feel great? By doing things that align with your body. This could be a supplement regimen. This could be an exercise routine. This could be doing something that you normally wouldn't do, but then deciding to do it and then coming to find out it's fucking awesome, right? Feels great to work out. It feels great to max out, work out to failure, right? These things feel awesome, right? But why didn't I do it? Because initially I thought that it was a bad idea. I didn't want to work out or whatever was processing in my mind. The $10 a month to Planet Fitness, I couldn't afford it. Could afford the weed bill. The weed bill never factored that in, but the Planet Fitness $10 a month, whoa, that's too much now. Got to think about that. $10? How about you just let me use one workout equipment and I give you $2? You know, trying to, you know, just being ridiculous with myself. So ultimately, get over it. And of course, the first week, 2 weeks, maybe even the first month was hell. It's embarrassing. You feel like the fattest dude at the gym. You got to get your strength back. You work out hard one day, can't even move the next day. Your kids want to run around. Your legs are sore, your arms are sore. But eventually, you get your strength back. You look forward to going to the gym. You want to get that money. You want to release that frustration. And you want to get big. You want to tap in. You want to be your best self. That sucked at first. Now it's a necessary component to my life. So ultimately, you can sit in a space of resistance right now. There's something that you know might suck at the beginning, but ultimately you're like, I don't want to experience that new sucky feeling. I don't want to feel like the fattest person in the gym. But ultimately, it ain't about how people perceive you in reference to you should be at the gym beyond being observed. You should be tuned in and tapped into your soul and say, look, this is for me. I'm not going to rush. I'm not going to work through my workout and imagine that there's something better on the outside when I'm out in here getting this fucking money, right? Money just being an understanding of tapping into what would be your weight and your gains and things of that nature. So, thank everybody for joining me. This is Hood in the Morning. The title of the video is What is the Will? We're here with the deeper understanding that everything that you want is already yours, but the reality of everything that you want is that you contend with resistant feelings to what you want. Meaning that the feeling that you're having for not having it is the block. The feeling for not having it is the block, but ultimately you may not get it. What can you have? What can you substitute in this present moment? The warmth and love and vibrations and the ability to tune in to your soul. Now, this may not, everybody might not hear me when I say it, right? They might be thinking, they might be at work, they may be driving, they might be doing a whole slew of things to not key into what I'm just saying. But you may not have what you want, but you always have the soul, and the soul is a component of your life that knows everything that you want, knows everything that you need, and will give it to you. You just need to step out of the way. And ultimately, before I get into this astrology, because things just keep coming. I'm gonna cut the. All right, that's enough. But yeah, you say, I want this, hood, I want that, but I don't got this and I don't got that. What am I supposed to do, hood? Hood is going to tell you that maybe you need to clean up. And you say, my house is already clean, hood. But then you got too much shit in there. Okay, and if you got rid of everything in your house and nothing is in your front room, then sit and consist to meditate. Now, in the realms of feng shui, this is not how I feel, and this ain't in the Black's Law Dictionary, and I'm not talking about the book with all the law codes. I'm talking about the book with everything that black people should and shouldn't do, right? So when you walk into your people's house, you see the biggest TV in the world with the HD 4K. It looked like the TV they're going to walk out the screen. I walked into my cousin's house the other day. The people on the TV say, "Oh, what up, hood?" Come out the TV and dap me up. That's how real the technology is. It's crazy, but I digress. Everybody has the level up technology, right? But what if I was to tell you, according to feng shui and according to the messages that I received from my ancestors, you ain't supposed to have shit in your front room. And you should never have a person walk into your room with their nasty ass shoes, because you might be having all types of stress and emotions going on in your mind, and it's deeply relation to what people are bringing into your home in the front room. Your front room should be your sanctuary. Your front room is your healing room. And I'm like, ancestors, a healing room? Seriously? Like, what are you talking about, a healing room? And so the ancestors looked at me and said, so you just not going to heal nobody in your household? You just going to be out here making money, giving them food, and you ain't going to have a room to heal? You ain't going to have a room that's empty, full of nothing, so they could just come and charge up with the nothing energy? So it ain't no pictures on the wall, it ain't no TV, it's no distractions. You go into this room, ain't no corners, it's nothing. Only thing you got is your soul. I said, that make a lot of sense, ancestors. I'm going to tell the people this, but they going to think I'm crazy for saying it. And they said they think you crazy anyway, hood, but keep doing you. Crazy works for you. So with that being said, I hope y'all enjoy the show. We're going to talk about some astrology, get knee deep into the spiritual astrology, and from there, we're going to get knee deep in some law of attraction. So if any of those things interest you, stick with me. If this shit sound boring and a waste of your time, you're probably right. You need to be watching Dame Drops, see on Netflix, eating hamburgers and things like that. Maybe that's more of your content, you know what I'm saying? See what the latest burgers is out and where you could, satisfy your hunger. But let's tap into some Mars and Cancer energy. Let me be the first to say, when it comes to everything that you want, it is already yours. To which, if you want something, you're acknowledging to your soul that you don't have it. And your soul is looking at you like, girl, sis, bro, I know everything you want plus more. You don't know shit about what I have in store for you. So let's deal with this. I'm about to bring out my phone. Let's go back to the intro, y'all, because we're not ready for the astrology yet. We're not ready for the astrology yet. I don't know. I ain't in no rush either. Something about my life is telling me to take my time, relax. Everything gonna work out. No need to rush. Oh. So this my mains man, and sorry for the Luma wipe and things of that nature. I don't know. Y'all probably can't. I'm gonna zoom and peel it back a little bit. This my man's man from Lock and Key. And he got all of the spiritual powers in the world. You know what the first thing my man's man did when he got this key? He went to a damn ice cream shop. Now, we woke as hell, right? We don't even eat ice cream no more. We don't drink no dairy milk and things of that nature. But when we kids and we get our power, we gonna go straight to the ice cream store. Now, the reason why your law of attraction hasn't accessed and turned up and tapped in the way that you think it should is because maybe you're not mature enough. Maybe you just want immature things. But this is what we need to do. We need to tap back into our inner child. What else we got? Y'all can't see this, and that's fine. I'm gonna tell you what it is. This is a magnet, y'all. Now, a magnet can attract a piece of 2,000-pound metal. Y'all bear witness. Y'all go to the junkyard right now. A junkyard magnet to pick up a whole damn car. Meaning that it has to emit some form of energy. But have you ever seen the magnet fuel, or the magnet light, or the magnet water, or the magnet physical representation of its power? Nope. It does it, but you don't see where it comes from. Y'all definitely ain't gonna see this, but I'm gonna explain it to y'all. This is solids, this is liquids, and this is gas. Y'all can't see it, but I'm telling y'all what it is. Just trust me. I ain't gonna lie to y'all about no shit like this. That'd be a waste of time. Sit and lie to y'all about what I'm seeing on my damn phone. But solid molecules, water molecules, and gas molecules, the only difference between all three of them is the order and speed for which they operate. So when they orderly and slow, you have solids. When they're somewhat orderly and kind of fast, you have liquid. When they're just random and no order at all, you have gas. Now let's bring it back to the magnet. When you tapped into your law of attraction, is there something that you are going to see? Meaning that, can you buy law of attraction? Meaning that if you take my course on law of attraction that don't exist, can I promise you that you will exude the energy from law of attraction? Because you can't see it. You can't see what a magnet do, but you know a magnet work. So when it comes to your level of law of attraction, it's all in understanding how your energy works. Because y'all can bear witness to a magnet all day, every day. But when it comes to your own personal law of attraction, in the mechanics of it, in the physics of it, you think I'm talking mumbo jumbo. But to the observer who don't know physics, which we don't, how do we know that a magnet at a tow truck yard ain't just mumbo jumbo and illusionary tricks? Maybe it's all tricks, but we don't get the first trick, that everything we see is a trick. So how we feel about our lives might greatly distort and change our perceptions. The amount of us doing shadow work, the ability to see ourselves and follow and tap into our purpose, and we might seem like a man or a woman on fire, and it's like, damn, how is everything happening for you in a positive manner? And your answer quite simply can be, I've learned to listen to myself and follow myself. So this is a squirrel. Y'all have all seen a squirrel before. Y'all can barely see the squirrel because my Luma White is doing the best job that it can do in referencing to thinking that this is a green screen, but it's a black screen, a black mirror, a phone. But I'm gotta digress because I'm tapping into areas of conspiracy that might get me banned. But I quit. Artificial intelligence gods, I'm just playing with the people. I'm just joking. But this is a squirrel. Now, interesting thing about squirrels is that they do their own thing. You might see some squirrels together, but ultimately a squirrel will do and live his own life. Or you might see them in packs. Why am I bringing up squirrels and them doing their own thing? Because in reference to your attraction, how can a squirrel go and get as many nuts as he can get and live his most nutacious life? Nutacious, Google it. It might not exist, but put it in Urban Dictionary, credit me. In reference to a squirrel living an abundant, prosperous life with as much nuts as he could possibly enjoy and bust open to eat. Get your mind out the gutter. So, this squirrel has infinite possibilities to live his life, but yet and still you got to listen to what your mama and daddy and what your brother and sister and what your husband and wife tell you to do. Make it make sense, family. We're in the realms of law of attraction, so I really challenge you to think how you in the squirrel, you confined to what people think you should do, and this squirrel running up to you like, hey, you got some nuts? And you just still don't get it. You see rabbits running around, goddamn cats, everything free but you. How do that work? I thought humans supposed to be more intelligent than animals. You will be walking down the street and you might see like a crack, a crevice, and there'll be a damn plant growing up out of the crevice. And you probably walk past this goddamn crevice in the plant. But that plant said, you know what? I see y'all over there in that grass. But I don't want to sit in the grass. The grass is boring. You see that cement over there? Hey man, you can't grow in cement, fam. You crazy. They made it specifically so we can't grow. So, you know, humans can walk past it. You know what? Fuck humans. I'm about to go right onto that cement and grow tall and bountiful. I'm going to make them get rid of the cement. I'm going to take over. And see, that plant got more willpower than you. See, a plant is supposed to be in the midst of all plants. You shouldn't see a plant in concrete. But even a plant has more foreknowledge to get up out of the bullshit than you. So when it comes to law of attraction, when it comes to shadow work, when it comes to understanding what's yours and what can you actually have, it's not going to be some shit that I'm going to tell you. It's not going to be some shit that any guru is going to tell you. It's going to be the amount of shadow work you do, the amount of removing the shadow so you can see your soul and tune into your soul. Your soul gives you purpose, and in that purpose, you are enacting that purpose in every single perpetual moment, and every accomplishment that you accomplish is not going to be, hey guys, look at me accomplish what I just accomplished. You're going to realize that it ain't about celebrating your accomplishments more than it is for tuning into your soul. And the more that you can tune into your soul, the absolute better. And ultimately, when we foray into these law of attraction energy, y'all know how I give it up. Please don't tell me you've been married in a relationship this whole time, doing chakra work, doing shadow work, doing law of attraction work, and your partner just been looking at you, calling you crazy. First of all, in reference to this work, your relationships getting on board is the most important thing. So if you don't think that I'm the type of person that's willing to lose everything for my spiritual path, you got me fucked up. I love my wife. I love my children, but not even them will come in my path. And that might sound super crazy. And you might say that's super weird. But I'm just that piece of grass that grew in the concrete, away from his family, away from his friends. And this is my destiny. I'm going to be that rose that grew in concrete, and person might call me crazy. But that's how I'm understanding following my soul. But would I trade it in for people to be like, you know, Daddy, you know what, Kyrie? I really enjoy the fact that you do everything that we want you to do. And we really enjoy the fact that you're really unhappy because you don't tune in and tap into your soul. We like it like this. I'm throwing up 2 middle fingers and I'm telling everybody to go to hell. Because if you want me unhappy, if you want me to struggle, then I can't spend no time around you. And you'd be like, Kyrie, that's real crazy and deep. And I'm just like, yeah, that's just how I am. That's how I've become to be, because I've learned that I could sacrifice everything for another person. And guess what? They still gonna want pizza in the morning, right? They still gonna want ice cream for lunch. They still gonna want pizza and ice cream for dinner. So meaning that there's no point of me focusing and tapping into a level of satisfaction for other people more than it is to tap into what my soul is telling me. And if I just follow those steps, everybody happy or unhappy. But if you're unhappy, I don't give a fuck. And if you happy, I don't give a fuck either. I'm happy. And that's all that matters. So get you happy. And if your partner be like, why you so happy and tuned into yourself all the time? You don't be tuning into me. What am I supposed to do? I need some attention. Be like, look, chick, you better tune into yourself. Like, what are you doing? Why you keep doing this? Is me tuning into myself dance. This is what I'm tuning into myself. This is what you need to be doing, and we need to do this shit together. Don't tune into me. You draining me of my energy. I know you love me and I love you, but tune in to yourself. I'm going to tune in to me. And this is how we become our best selves. And this is really important for law of attraction, because you will be in a relationship and that person will be draining you and putting you in a space where you're unhappy. And then you're like, what the fuck? Why am I so unhappy? I'm in this relationship and I'm so drained. I don't give a fuck about law of attraction. I don't give a fuck about nothing. I'm just mad. Why you so mad? Because I've given my energy to this person who never repaid me for the energy that I gave him or her. That's how it works. You don't owe nobody shit. Don't nobody owe you shit. You owe yourself everything. You need to learn yourself. And in a relationship, the person need to understand that. Ooh, I found it. Luma White, but this is a rock. I'm giving this to anybody who don't want to tune in to themselves and want to tune in to me for particular vibrations and energy. You know what you can do with this rock? You can kick it. Kick rocks. So today we're talking about a triple square or a T-square, where 3 planets are square to another and 2 planets are opposed to another. The opposition will be Mars and Saturn, and the square planet will be Uranus. So Mars being the planet of action, Saturn being the planet of destiny or karma or rewards, Uranus the energy of awakening, all in the formation of a square, is presenting a particular tension. However, we are spiritual people. At least I'm a spiritual person. I'm tuned in and tapped into the ancestral realm, and the ancestral realm have a different message for me to deliver in reference to this T-square. Is it the end-all be-all message? No. Is this message for you, entirely for you? Probably not. But if you are interested in ancestral work, soul work, alchemy, transformative work, I'm specifically tailoring this message for you. And of course, my deck of choice, the deck has saved my life. My favorite deck of all time. We will be referencing the energy of the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot deck. I got the book. You know me, I keep a dusty, crusty ass book, and that's Luma Wipe. Like, we don't know what you trying to show us. This old tattered piece of thing. Cover all them fell off, but yes, must have energy in your home, the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot deck. So we'll be dealing with the 3s, the 3 of water, the 3 of earth, and the 3 of fire, and all of these energies are squared, moving into the week. And this is an overall preparation for alignment, where the universe looks at squares as trouble. Things such as retrogrades, oppositions, and squares. Melanated energy, we learn the most from adversity. Those are our best teachers, but ultimately we have the best ancestors because our ancestors give us phantasms. And as I'm driving, Spirit is showing me some things that have happened like in my past. And it was almost as if I knew they were going to happen, which I did. I experienced them, but as I'm experiencing them, a sense of calm and a sense of betterment is taking place at the same time. So what this speaks to for me is the deeper reality of your ancestors and your soul and your guides having more control over your destiny than once we initially thought. But let's deal with this in the realms of Mars and Cancer. Cancer dealing with the family, but this is more of the hereditary side of the astrological wheel. So Venus would be a subjective love in Cancer. Is simply saying like you love your specific hereditary ancestors. And Mars being the planet of action is how you actually deal with those ancestors. Now, we could reference to our actual ancestors in the real life, like our grandma, grandpa, aunts, and uncles, but that's more mundane and it might not get you nothing. When you look at Cancer, we can use our grandma and grandfather and aunts and uncles as representatives of how this energy may translate in the celestial. So you then have Mars and Venus in your cosmic ancestry. So these are more or less the ancestors that have transitioned where they may go into the energy of Cancer, in the energy of nutrition, in the energy of emotion and deeper love. So if I go to your house and you feed me, Chef Boyardee, and you don't cook for me in the space of love, I know you don't care about my future, right? Because if I keep eating Chef Boyardee every single day, I'm going to end up dead, right? Diabetes and things of that nature. So you can't love me and not feed me in the space of health, right? So ultimately, this is why, and a lot of times with cooking, it is not based upon gender, but it's definitely based upon doing it for the ancestors. I know when my wife cooked, she'd be like, I ain't cooked this, the ancestors cooked this meal. When I cook, I'm always like, the ancestors need me to cook, right? That's specifically Mars and Cancer. So you're active in this hereditary ancestral realm. This is all great when Mars is in Cancer, but then you have an exact opposition to Saturn, and this gives you a different type of vibration. This gives you, okay, if you're not active in the ancestral realm, we gonna beat your ass type shit, because Saturn is more masculine, but not masculine in the sense of manly, but masculine in the sense where it acts, right? So if you wanted to tap in and understand what Saturn looked like as a specific energy, it would be more into the realms of like Big Mama, right? So moving back to Cancer, you have the picture of Man Brigitte. And quite simply, if you just look at the image, you see an old lady at a graveyard and it's candles, right? The candles representing a level of offering, a level of giving to this particular energy, or giving to the ancestors. So when you go to an altar and you leave a candle, it's just saying you're trying to build a connection with your ancestral energy. And this is the second deacon of Cancer, and the second deacon of Cancer is ruled by the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups in the Voodoo Tarot deck is Man Brigitte. So all you got to do is get your Googles out and start typing in Man Brigitte, and they'll get into this lady is the ruler of cemeteries, right? So when you think of cemeteries, you can think, oh my God, creepy, spooky cemetery, or you could just understand this is how I connect with the ancestral realm. And basically, it's the candle work on your altar to simplify this card, or the visitation to the ancestors that have transitioned and leaving things at their gravesite. So once again, we're talking about Mars, the planet of action, in reference to your ancestor work. Now this is just one leg of the T-square. It's another leg to it, and we'll get into it. So once again, you have your Mars and Cancer energy. You're being active on the ancestral realm, whether you're doing altar work, or you're going to the cemetery, or you're doing a combination of both, or you're doing a variation of those things where you're just in the realms of spirit, you're connecting with your ancestors, and you're in your Mars, you're active. You're not like waiting for the next hottest video on YouTube to come off, because once again, you have the energy of Saturn, which is the energy of karma, which is the energy of you either going to do it or you ain't going to do it. Because if you ain't going to do it, you're going to have serious repercussions. And if you're going to do it, you're going to get the energy that you want, right? And ultimately, what highlights this card, what highlights this deacon, the second deacon of Capricorn, which Saturn is in, is going to be the Three of Dis, or Three of Santeria, which would be the Oya card. Now, quite simply, ooh, Oya is the deity who is to have some command over your life, over your spiritual life. So when you oppose Saturn to Mars, you're doing this spiritual work, but you're not doing this spiritual work like, hey ancestors, I was wondering if, I was a little late on these bills and I just need like a couple hundred. I'll pay you back. And the ancestors are looking at you like, well, how you gonna pay me back? I get paid on Friday. And you gonna do what? I'm gonna give you the money back. We in the ancestral realm and we can't use that money right. Oh, I ain't think about it like that. So what do you want? Real talk, sis. Real talk. I'm thirsty, sis. And I'm hungry, sis. Can we get, what you cooking today? Oh, fried cheese, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, yams, cornbread. The usual. Yeah, we know the usual. We see you cooking every day. Water bottles all in the kitchen, on the floor. That ain't even where the water bottles go, but it's a water galore in here. We thirsty. We hungry. And you say, what? You about to get kicked out? I wonder why, sis. I wonder why. Hey, you drinking a water bottle right now? Okay, I see you. I see you with your bad ass thinking that you exist in this whole world by yourself. Okay, I got you. So, ultimately, we work with our ancestors, and we work with our ancestors for a level of command. We work with our ancestors not to beg for shit. Okay? If we're tapped in and tuned in to our ancestors, to our maternal bloodline, to our hereditary energy, we're going to their graveyards. Right? She like Virginia Slims. We buying Virginia Slims. Cause so once again, let's tap back into this Mars and Cancer. This, what she's sitting on, is called the City of Pyramids. Now, the City of Pyramids is an abode for the ancestors. And everything that we do on the physical, the ancestors benefit for in the City of Pyramids. In my previous video that I did, the ancestors need you, is more to that energy. In the ancestral realm, where souls exist, your family exists, they're not dead. That's the worst thing in the world, to feel like, oh, Mama Jenkins done died. Mama Jenkins ain't died. She wants some red beans and rice with the andouille sausage. Ain't that how you say it? Andouille? She wants some hot wings. She wants some goddamn cigarettes. Newports. Y'all faking and flogging out here, and that's why gas is going up and up and up, because ain't nobody working with their ancestors, and they tired. They living in the City of Pyramid, and they about to get evicted. Ain't even no landlords. They dying of thirst. They don't got no food. Now, everywhere else in the world, understand that ancestors don't die. Every culture, you go to Mexico and all of this, they got all of this type of energy. La Madre. Now I gotta Google it. She like, oh, don't put no disrespect on my name, fam. We ain't come here to play. We ain't come here to play on your livelihood. You think you gonna play with me? What's the lady from the movie Coco? Was it Coco? Mexico, goddess of death. You know your name, sis. Sainte Muerte. Sainte Muerte is the Lady of Holy Death, is the personification of death. Unlike other saints who originated, Sainte Muerte is not herself seen as a dead human being. Let's do that again. Sancta Muerte is not herself seen as a dead human being. That's a placement or a placeholder for whoever ancestors that exist. They know in Mexico they're not dead. Somehow this imaginary line between Cancun and Los Angeles, we go into a vortex where we think the homies and the Bloods and Crips then somehow dead. I feel like a lack of knowledge. It goes a long way. So when you go to Mexico and then they have like offerings. Let's just, because I don't want to seem like a crazy person. You will see it, you know, they got the candles, they got the food, they got the bread, and they got some apples on the little table. They got water, they got cigarettes. Hold on, I'm gonna save this and I'm gonna bring it to the table. Cause then I'm gonna show y'all this, cause I would do the same thing in my crib. The only difference between me and everybody else is that these Mexicans is doing it and they writing exact, they honoring their ancestors. But when I do it, I'm a crazy person. So I'm just here to just try to figure out what is it that we should be doing. Should we do, because people will be like, well, how do the ancestors eat and how do the ancestors do this? Bro, I don't goddamn know. I'm not the ancestors yet. I'm still up this bitch like you trying to figure it out. I'm just looking at the world. And if I went to Mexico, they'd be like, all the ancestors, we set an offering altar for our ancestors. And it's like you're thinking about your ancestors, you're thinking about them, you're feeding them by thinking of them, by setting the table, by cooking them some chicken. They understand that you're doing that for them. You could be goddamn watching TV, playing the goddamn PS5, but yet and still, you're cooking chicken. They know you a vegan, you don't even like chicken, but you cook them some fried chicken and set it on the table. Well, how long are you gonna set it on the table? Bro, I don't know. What I'm supposed to do when they get done? I don't know. Think about it, be creative. We go down to the river and give our offerings. Throw them away, put them in the trash. I don't know. Trust your intuition, tune into your soul. Or you might be the type who say, my ancestors don't need offerings. Hey, don't give them no flowers then on your altar. Don't give them no fresh water, don't give them no liquor, don't give them no chicken. But don't complain to me about your baby mama. So please don't do that. Don't do that. So back to Oya. The energy of commanding. The energy of dealing with your ancestors. Ancestors. Commanding in the spiritual. What's the square to that? What's the opposition or what's the opposite energy to that? Living in the mundane, caring about what you do or what you got or what you don't got, your career, your life, your makeup, your hair, your haircut, your new outfit, the party, the all-white party, vacation, all of this inconsequential bullshit, phantasm, illusion, apparition, don't matter. That's the opposite of the Mars energy. Being active for illusionary energy and then being confused as to why you're not satisfied. The opposite of command, on the other side, is an energy that is begging or feeling as though they don't deserve the love of the ancestors, or feeling like they second class, or feeling like they slaves, or feeling like they less than, or feeling like a whole slew of negative connotations to which people bring onto themselves in reference to the ancestral realm. the opposite of Oya would be to force an issue. To bring your yelling anger into a situation to get your way. Versus a subtle command with the energies of the universe that don't even get a chance to exist if they don't comply with your wills. It's a small shift in understanding. Because yes, you may be Oya in nature, but you're not Oya to another Oya. See, your boyfriend has a Oya too. Oh, you thought you was just the Oya? Oh, girl. You need to come meet my Oya, and our Oyas can meet and talk to one another. Because my Oya is not going to take shit. And ultimately, it's not about having another person do your bidding more than it is having 1,000 to 1,000,000 people buy your product. So you could be in a level of prosperity. This is the level of command of Oya. Technical difficulties. So, where should you bring your command to? Hood said we about to be on some Oya command, so I'm about to tell my baby daddy exactly what I want. Exactly what's on my chest as soon as he get off work. Hood said we on some command stuff with Oya. I'm about to go straight to my baby mama and tell her exactly where my mind is at, where my heart is at. No. We're dealing with the cemetery. Okay, we're dealing with the ancestors. To bring about a level of command in the ancestral and soul realms, how do you level up your ancestors? By thought. Now, what's the thought? Boy, I sure do miss Mama. Mama used to make the best chili cheese fries on Friday. Mama, I missed you. I was thinking about Mama today and I was sad. That's solar plexus work, fam. That's real world solar plexus work. It is not activating your solar plexus by tapping into the feeling of loss and pain, or then even bringing about a space where you can try to squeeze the toothpaste back into the tube. Mama has exited out of her body. Mama is not dead. And if you want to figure out how to make chili cheese fries, you might well work with an altar and start to channel her and see what type of recipes and things of that nature. Bring Mama with you to Kroger's. All right, Mama. I know you didn't write this down, but I'm going to trust and tap into you. We going to figure out how to make these chili cheese fries because I sure am hungry. And she going to say, baby, my secret is brown sugar. You gotta season the beef with brown sugar. And you like, dang, Mama, now I can taste it. Now, okay, I that's why you had the little rolled up bag in the third drawer. And I used to see, okay, Mama, and it's all clicking to you now. So ultimately, your ancestors are always there. But ultimately, in realms of dealing with them, you're in the level of, you for one, you think they're dead. And for two, you think that they can't help you. So if something is dead, it's not going to help you. And if you think it can't help you, it won't. Even if they can. So this is Mars opposed Uranus in the sense that when you deal with your ancestors for long enough, or if you just are in a space where you just can do something today. You never thought about it. But you're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to the cemetery and see Mama's ass and bring her some of her liquor, because I used to talk shit that she was drinking liquor and now she passed away. I'm gonna bring her some of the liquor. If you bring Mama some of that liquor and ain't nobody brought her none of that liquor and you don't get your rent money in the next week or so, then I'll give you your rent money. Nah, I'm just playing. Don't take my word for that or Mama. Mama say you probably need to move out of the city anyways. Whose Mama is this? Tell her going somewhere. Ain't nobody trying to talk to you. Trying to do a damn video. Okay. Let's look at this. So we have Mars in Sidereal Cancer opposed Saturn and Sidereal Capricorn, and they both square Uranus and Sidereal Aries, just in this second decan of Aries, and that's what we're going to talk about now. So Uranus in the second decan, integrity or lack of clarity. Being the person that you say you are and also knowing who you are. Sometimes we can be and have integrity and not know who we are. An example of this is that time that you was a stripper and you was showing the work on time, but things still wasn't working out for you. And you was trying to be the best stripper that you could be, or that time that you was a gangster drug dealer and you was keeping up with the books and making sure that the accounts receivable and accounts payable was in order, and you still ended up in prison for a 10-year sentence. Meaning that you can have integrity but be making the wrong decision and still end up in the wrong place. So having integrity don't really matter if you don't know who you are. So to awaken yourself to who you are is perpetual. And it's always assumed and understood that we know exactly who we are. But the reality of knowing who you are is perpetual in the actual learning of it. You may not have the endurance to sit with yourself for the amount of time that it takes for you to get to actually learn yourself. But if you were to sit and learn yourself and take your integrity and your best energy with the right understanding of this is who I am, then it all makes sense. But in reference to being a little child or lacking maturity, you may have to level up on your maturity, and I feel like that's okay. Because you probably still are in the space of developing. But once you done hit your teeth enough against the concrete, once you done learned all of the things that you feel like you done learned and learned the hard way so hard, and you just really just wish for an easier path, an easier way, then you simply walk in knowing who you are and listening to yourself and following that. Over time, you get a sense of who you are, meaning that I understand how myself works, and that feels good. But I have no clue on who I am as a soul. If I really were to unlock and peel back the necessary layers, I would probably cease to exist. So the sense of not knowing who I am entirely is the reason that I wake up in the morning, so I can get to know. When I tell people about Aries energy, this is your get up and go energy. So when you wake up with a purpose. So what would that purpose be perpetually as Uranus is in Aries? It would be a perpetual cycle of learning and relearning yourself. So Uranus is a slow moving planet. You just have to ask yourself, and maybe I'm completely alone. Over these past few years, have you been learning a newer version of yourself? Or you just been the same person you've been your whole life? Me, I'm a completely different person than I actually believe myself to be for a majority part of my life. So why would I then take it like, okay, I'm the hood mystic, astrologer, psychic, that's it? When I didn't even realize that I could even be that. So to awaken myself into my passion and to see what those passions are is still the goal. Uranus is still in Aries. So I'm still in the process of learning it. Now, part of this is working through my self-defeat and my level of not commanding the spiritual realm. And ultimately, when it comes to the things that you absolutely need or the things that you've been putting the back burner on and you've been kind of living off your fronts, those fronts is going to come to collect. An example would be as if like you're selling drugs in the hood. You don't need money to start selling drugs. People will front you drugs. People will give you weed, people will give you coke, crack, whatever, and say, okay, you sell it, make a profit, and you just give me what you owe me, and you keep the profit. This is a great deal, but they don't tell you how to sell it. They don't give you clients. They don't give you business ethics. They don't show you how to retain customers. They just give you the drugs and they expect the money. And if you don't have the money, that's why a lot of violence happens in reference to the drug trade, mainly over money that is owed. So I say that to say that your fronts ultimately will come to collect. But your job during these particular couple of years was not to put up front so people could love your fronts. Your job for these past couple of years was to do the inner work so you can figure out who you were. And this is the overall passion as to why we wake up. To learn self, to know self. Why do you want to know this? Because yourself knows everything that you want. You have no idea what you want. I'll give you an example of how you don't know what you want. Your boyfriend. You thought you wanted him. You thought you loved him, but it didn't work out. Your job. You love this job. This was going to be where you retire at. You ready to quit. Your neighborhood, your house, you ready to move. The city that you went to that you thought, oh, I can't wait to move, you ready to get out of there too. So wherever you running, wherever you trying to hide, wherever you trying to front, wherever you trying to show, wherever you go, you will always be. So what do you have to then deal with? Your beingness. Your beingness is infinite. It never gets to a point where you sit with your beingness and you say, ha, I figured it out. I'm a phantasm orgasm. So I got the question for you. Are you a spiritual commander or are you powerless? Your powerlessness is conveyed in your messaging and in your words and through your throat chakra. I said your powerlessness is conveyed in everything that you say. Don't try to hide from me. Don't try to tell me that you're a spiritual commander. I prayed for my voice. I paid and prayed for my voice. I've worked at it. I wanted it when I didn't have it. I knew that's what I wanted. So ultimately, I figured if I had a voice, then I could use my voice for other things. See, like Solomon, I didn't want the furs or the fashions or the clothes or the ladies and things of that nature because I already had that, and all it did was get me some C-grade vagina after the club. What I really wanted was to learn how to manifest for myself, and I realized that it was a voice. I got readings. I went to psychics. I traveled. I asked questions. I asked gurus, senseis. I want a voice. And then I met a lady. I don't even remember her. I just remember her to be a soft white lady. Some lady on Facebook. Just remember her to be very soft. And she said, you will find your voice. You will receive your voice. Don't worry. You know, that type of deal. And I received that. And once I received it, things begin to change for me. And that little short story, I want to share that with you because sometimes you want extrinsic things. You want cars, clothes, and these types of things. But okay, you can get all of that. How you gonna get it? You gotta want that too. You gotta want your wanter. You gotta want the thing that's going to be your vehicle to manifesting things. For me, it was a voice. What is it for you? Because this is where the tension is coming from. It needs for you to find your gift. Because your gift is your ability to command in the marketplace. I see so much prosperity for you. I see so much growth for you. And the problem is you don't see it for yourself because you are powerless in your throat chakra. You can't voice the power that is in your root chakra because the emotions aren't there. Because the law of attraction ain't there. And your giving heart, you ain't giving nobody nothing. Your ex, he hurt you. You know that. He did you dirty. So now to everybody that come after your ex, they gotta pay. Ain't that right and exact? Cause they owe. Your ex can't feel it. So your new boyfriend definitely most feel it. So we talking about the throat chakra. We talking about the ability to heal. We talked about having the sanctuary to administer healing in your home. So you mean to tell me if my son got a broke leg, I'm supposed to bring him into the middle of my front room so I can heal him? No, I'm saying you're supposed to heal your son in your front room before he go outside today so he don't break his goddamn leg. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you're supposed to put a protective aura on him so nothing bad happened to him out in these streets. Do you know where we at? Ain't no safe zone. This is America. It started off the Wild Wild West. Guess what it will resort to? They say this in relationships. How you start a relationship is how you end a relationship. And we like to be very peaceful, and we like to be pragmatic, and we like to be diplomatic. At the same time, it's a whole war going on. And we don't even want to give protection energy to our sons. Make that make sense. Your son don't got to be a bad person to need healing. And you shouldn't be waiting until the bad thing happened for you to tap into your healing modalities now, should you? My thing has always been preventative magic. My thing has always been a person that has been thinking about what possibly could happen in the future and what I need to do about that today. And we're really talking about tuning in and tapping into the quantum realm for energies of healing. To tap into the quantum realm, you think a HD 4K television in your front room and energies being trampled in and out your front room is going to establish a connection with the 5D quantum realm? I think not. But if you remove all of that energy, get some wood on that float, sit your ass on that float. Ain't no beautiful paintings, ain't just sunlight and plant life, a couple of plants, some wood, some purity around you, or maybe some black and no light, however you get down. But we talking about an area in your home that represents nothing, which could be the gateway to the quantum realm. And this is the tension. And why would you want to tap into the quantum realm? You need to bring forth those gifts. You need to bring forth those talents. You need to bring forth those skills. You need to bring forth all of those chili cheese fries recipes that mama got for us. You understand me? It's a recipe book in the quantum realm. It's a literature book in the quantum realm. It's a children's book in the quantum realm. So all types of books in the quantum realm. It's inventions in the quantum realm. It's applications in the quantum realm. It's mathematical functions. It's chemistry computations in the quantum realm. It's ways to uplift the deer population in Minnesota in the quantum realm. I don't know, motherfucker. Choose what you want to do. I don't know what the hell you want to do. You want to be a goddamn marine biologist? I don't know, and nor do I care. But what you came down here to do is specifically for you. You should know this. You should command this. Your ancestors should be the force that propels you to your actual purpose outside of worried about this existential shit that is completely phantasm. If you're focused on it, it's alive. If you ain't looking at it, it don't even exist. And this is proven by science. The double slit experiment. So, let's close this out. I got some notes, and then I'm gonna go to the law of attraction portion of this broadcast. So, some questions. If you got a pen and paper, you might want to write it down. So if I told you something is referencing a skill or a talent, such as like learning Adobe Illustrator, learning how to draw on your tablet. You got the tablet, you know, the tablet that you got, your iPad that you be playing Candy Crush on. I said, I want you to remove Candy Crush off of that damn iPad. I want you to put Adobe Illustrator. I'm gonna mail you a stylus pen, and we're going to learn how to draw on Adobe Illustrator. From there, you will know how to do logos, you will know how to do cartoons, you'll know how to do all types of vector images. Anything we need to do on a digital scale, you will be able to do it because you know Adobe Illustrator inside and out. All I'm asking you to do is remove Candy Crush off your iPad and put Adobe Illustrator on there. Why is the price of learning a skill that could bring you hundreds of dollars a day so expensive, versus to the point that it's so expensive that you would never even think to do it? And why is it so cheap for you to waste your time on Candy Crush, NBA 2K, Madden 2021, so forth and so on? Call of Duty. The thing about the video games and the mind is that your mind don't know that you're playing the video game by the way that these video games are set up. It was cute playing PS2 growing up and things of that nature, but the way that these games are set up with the Oculus and the 4K TVs that want to dap you up as soon as you walk into the house, it's a little scary. Because what it's doing to your subconscious mind and your Oculus literally is that it's actually saying that you live in a war zone. You need an AK-47. And then when you look at the world, it's literally turning into that, to the point that people cannot differentiate whether they playing Call of Duty or they walking down the street to Central Park to go feed the ducks. So in the realms of what you are going to do, you shouldn't be assisting in the madness by playing goddamn Candy Crush. Because that's easy to do, and it's the reason why it's easy and accessible, because it wants to shut down your goddamn pineal gland. It wants to shut down your ability to perceive the world in a space which is prosperous and abundance and available for you to be free. They want you to think that it's Call of Duty outside. And even if you ain't playing Call of Duty, everybody in your building playing Call of Duty. So you might as well be playing it to get an understanding of the world that you living in, or the world that they're living in. Because these boys got to be on alert and their head on a swivel, and ain't nobody around them got a damn AK-47. They in their living room or in their bedroom. And they really is tactical Marines. They know more Marine tactics than actual Marines. They'll come through and do a whole roll, pull up an AK-47, shoot the whole room, and be like, "Hey, what's up, bro? What's going on with you?" "Hey, well, ain't nothing. I was just trying to see if you got some sugar." So, do you develop power when you do what you want? Or do you develop power when you do things in a holistic manner? Holistic meaning positive and negative, making sure that they balance it out. So if you go out to the club at night, you know what I'm saying, and you drinking your shots of Hennessy, it ain't as bad, because at the beginning of the day, you was working out at the gym and you got some time to meditate. We can't act like going out to the club and everything is okay, and then we can't act like we just going to meditate our life away. So are you in a space of holistic energy where you doing ratchet shit and you doing mindfulness shit and you okay with it? Or are you trying to be so mindful that you shutting off your ratchetness, or you being so ratchet that you don't have no sense of self? So ultimately, when you reference in the opposition, it's very important to develop a balance and understand both polarities. So the ancestors might have you on some ratchet shit just because they are ratchet themselves. How you think you got here? If your ancestors wasn't ratchet, your ass wouldn't even have been born. So let's keep it real when we in them ancestral realms, in the opening up of the world and your ratchet ass energy. But I digress, or progress. So Mars being the planet of electromagnetism and instinct, and also in this space of newness where we are moving into a new moon territory off a waning moon, could you begin to remove all of the barriers to your instincts? Sometimes we be so habitual that we don't even understand where our instincts lie. So ultimately, how do you establish an instinctual energy? You just remove as much as you can out of your environment that no longer serves you. And 10 times out of 10, you don't need none of the shit that you got. All of the shit that you need is completely inside of you. And this is the next level of understanding your psychic functions and non-physical ability. And at a certain point, it gets tiring for people, right? They can't handle it because the human and the ego is like, no, you're trying to invade and take over. I don't want the soul to take over. I want to run. I want to lead. I want to go to work. I want to argue with my baby mama. I want to keep going through the same bullshit. But ultimately, once you tapped in and tuned into the soul, you can go through this shit all day, every day. You never get tired. And you always can find a different expression of your soul in your life, past, present, or future. You will understand how your soul was always in control, and how everything that happened outside of you, possibly 10 times out of 10, according to science, was just a mere illusion. So why give it energy? So you have Uranus in the Aries energy, slow moving planet, ultimately awakening us to these things, awakening us to our ancestors, awakening us to our soul, awakening us to our yoga, awakening us to our practices that are actually healing, tapping into preventative magic and not just using magic when we laid on rent, doing prosperity rituals when we got hella money in the bank instead of doing prosperity rituals when we got $2 in our pocket. You understand? We doing prosperity rituals ad nauseum in perpetuity because we're just so fucking happy to live in prosperity and abundance. So this is just the energy that we're sharing, and we're hoping that you absorb it and then share it to someone else, because what the world needs is a reminder or an awakening that they are truly a spiritual being having a human experience and not the other way around. This is our law of attraction session 1, the wheel. I started off section 1 with the wheel because this is the part of law of attraction that really stumps me, man. What the hell is the wheel? The wheel of time, the wheel of fortune. Cadillac with 4 flats. Like, what is the wheel? And sometimes when I don't know stuff, if y'all know by now, if I don't know something, I'm really focused on trying to figure out what it is that I need to know. Like, why don't I know it? Is it to be known? I gotta know stuff. Especially if I don't know it. I'm trying to figure out why I don't know it and how can I get to know it. And so the will is one of those things. So let's just look at the definition. And maybe the definition will help us as we tap into a level of the true will. So when we express the will is a verb. In one sense, it is expressing the future tense, expressing inevitable events, expressing a request, expressing facts about ability or capacity. I love this definition. I love this definition because if you can put all four of these energies into one, we can understand our true will. And we know that every time we talk, we are expressing the future tense. So if we saying, I don't think it's going to work out, we know it ain't going to work out. We just afraid to say it. When we say, I'm going to be with this girl forever, we going to be with her forever. Right? Inevitable events. Expressing a request. Because sometimes you say, I want to be with her forever. You just really hoping that you with her forever. But then sometimes you say, you know what? To the left, everything you own in a box to the left. Right? Sometimes you want to be with people who don't want to be with you, and you said I wanted to be with them, and I said I would be with them forever, but they didn't have the same will. So ultimately, the will, at its core, just hit me. At its core, the will, at its core, is simply a request. You could tell me what you will do. You could tell me what you're gonna do, and you might have every single tool, every single ability, every single capability to fulfill this request to the highest capability. But then you break your leg because your mama didn't do a protection ritual in the front room. Now you can't do the thing that you said you will do. So to the universe, we reference all of the things that may happen a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now. We're assuming that we'll even be alive, but that within itself, our life is a request, whether we realize it or not. The vessel that we are working with can decide, you know what? I'm about sick and tired of these hot Cheetos. I'm about to end this thing. You free? Hey, I wasn't done. I still wanted to, see Tatalicious. You can see her in the astral. I'm done. Bye-bye. Hopefully your ancestors will give you some liquor at your tombstone, because I'm through with it. You ain't gonna get no liquor by the way of me. You did not honor me. You did not recognize me. Hell, you thought you was me. You ain't me, we different. So even the soul to the body is a request. Because I could say, please pick up this cup so I can drink this protein shake. But say my arm say, you know what? Nah. Don't do it. What the hell I'm gonna do? And call my wife. Oh, babe, can you please bring me the water so I can drink it? My arm said it ain't fucking with me today. And lo and behold, it's people who live at life and can't operate fully functionally because parts of their body, parts of their beings, their organs say, you know what? I'm checking out. Kidneys be like, look, I told you I don't want no damn alcohol and you keep bombarding me with alcohol. You know what? I'm done. I'm done here. Damn arteries say, I'm sick of the greasy ass food, fam. Why you keep clogging me up? You know what? I got a trick for you. You ain't gonna listen to me in the documentaries and things of that nature. I'm gonna just fuck your life up. So, in the space of a request, and we deal with the realms of law of attraction in the realm of sacral chakra energy to the solar plexus chakra, what's the simple way to take your emotions to law of attraction or activate the will? Ultimately is how you feeling. Ultimately is your level of gratitude. Because gratitude is a vibration and a frequency of its highest caliber. See, when people think I love my wife, maybe I do love my wife. Maybe I don't. But I'm grateful for her. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Baby, don't hurt me. No more. What is love? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That's all love is to me. A funny ass song. But I'm grateful for her energy and her WAP. I would love for a woman to just be grateful for me, but don't tell me, Kyrie, I'm so grateful for you. But show me you grateful. Show me that gratitude perpetually, daily. That make my kundalini rise. Say, I'm about to come over there and show you how much I'm grateful for you. Come over. Come on over then. Shit. He said, what? Ain't nobody ever told me that. You about to give me this gratitude loving. Uh-oh. Might be a next level. Because ultimately, life is a request that should not be taken for granted. And if things should ever happen to go your way, might want to be grateful for the shit, is all I'm saying. And if things ain't going your way, and you looking for a go-between or a shortcut or a back door to get into what you need, be grateful for nothing. Be grateful for your soul. Because as you're grateful for your soul, and your soul says, look at it, look what I got for you. Chili pack of ramen, dog. We about to eat tonight. You like, oh shit. This shit really worked. Because I ain't ate in 3 days. So it said, work with your soul. Work with your soul. Now you got a chili pack of ramen noodles. You know, we was starving for these past 3 days. So the will and the true will with us being grateful for our partners. Whoo. That boy done paid rent for the past 9 years and you can't even stomach the energy to be grateful for him. Let's do the math, sis. Y'all live in the East Coast too, so that's at least 4 figures. 4 figures times 12 months in a year, that get into 5 figures. You do 5 figures times 9 years, that get into 6 figures. And he can't even get the grapefruit. I ain't say nothing about a threesome because you don't like women and we ain't. I'm just saying the grapefruit. Big brother could get the grapefruit action. Can't. That's 6 figures that he can't get back. He did that for you, giving you a safe home and environment. He just want a little grapefruit, maybe a fruit roll up. Is it too much to ask for a fruit roll up and a grapefruit? If y'all know what I'm talking about, Google it. So, we're just in the space of ultimate gratitude for our partners, for our lives, for our breath, for our existence. We are so grateful for this moment. I'm grateful for this goddamn Wi-Fi connection. Funny thing, and I'll get into this, or maybe this has everything to do with everything, and I'm just now correlating it. I got 2 detours. If y'all don't got these damn pills from Dreamwise ass, he ain't even tell me to say this either. I'm doing this on my own recognizance, my own damn accord. These damn meditate pills on Amazon. These meditate pills, all types of focus with these joints, man. I promise you, Dreamwise done fucked around, put a little crack in these. You know Dreamwise don't be caring. Dreamwise, keep it a buck, bro. What you put in these? Because I don't believe in these ingredients. Say swear. We gonna play the swear to God game. Say swear to God you ain't put crack in these a little bit. Because the energy and focus that come from these is unreal. Meditate. Love, Live Life. Exclusively sold on Amazon by my 823 bro grad, Dreamwise. So yeah. The will. The ability to be grateful. The ability to understand that, whoa, that car that almost hit me didn't hit me. Because if it hit me, I probably wouldn't have been here. But it didn't hit me, and I'm here. I need to be grateful. Oh, that semi that just came this close, seeing me at the last minute. Oh man, I need to be grateful. Y'all be in and out, back and forth, random dudes on Tinder, all types of weird shit. I'm talking about the attitude is gratitude in reference to the will. What does this do in your magical practice? It only creates and allows for energies and lessons and finances and love and relationships that are gratifying. Because your initial energy is to say that everything that I experience from this point on will be gratifying. So ultimately you stub your toe, you can't then say, that didn't work. So I'm supposed to get gratification work and I stub my toe. You gotta then look at that stub toe. It's like, all right, how can I be grateful for stubbing my toe? Well, I stubbed my toe and I need to sit my ass down. Good, because I ain't sat my ass down all day. Maybe I stubbed my toe for a reason. And so forth and so on. Because we are trying to conform with everything that we experience to be something that we are manifesting. Because the reality is that we are. You live in the projects. Not me. I'm in the D. I manifested living in the D. You manifested living in the P. I don't know. What is happening here? I don't know. I sometimes get lost at certain things that happen on this damn live. So, no one can know the true will of another. Y'all be so mad at men. Y'all be so mad at women. Y'all be so mad at black people. Y'all be so mad at white people. But let me digress and then progress. No man can know the true will of another. Your baby daddy gotta be like that. Your baby mama gotta be like that. And once you accept that, ooh, no sis, namrang de hungo, you in the game, fam. What's blocking you? You know for sure that your baby mama shouldn't have did what she should have did, but the reality is that she should have did that and did it better and more harder. Should have did it in your face. No, man, but my baby mama, she cheated on me. She should have cheated on you right in front of you, fam. Should have cheated on you while you was in the goddamn living room. Because what you see is not going to change the reality. If your baby mama is her true will is to be a hood rat in the streets, the love that you have for her is not going to remove her hood rat energy. Vice versa. And even if you in same gender relationships, if you a woman and you dating a woman, that ain't your end all be all. The relationship is going to require both of y'all, you beautiful ladies, to tune into your souls. And if both of y'all tune into your souls, the relationship will work out and be prosperous, even if it means y'all need to break up. Because y'all both would then understand that this is what we need to do. Amicable differences. So, the true will should spring a fountain of light from within and flow unchecked, seething with love into an ocean of life. So, it might be weird, but when guys start talking to you, like you ain't giving me, you don't really love me. You like, what you mean I don't really love you? I'm with you, ain't I? And you like, yeah, I know you with me, But are you springing forth like a fountain of light from within, giving me love unchecked, seething with love for me, flowing into the ocean of my life? No, I'm not. I'm giving you my ass to kiss. See, you don't love me. Because we're talking about the true will. The true will is different. I'm telling you. This is law of attraction, fresh off of shadow work. So you do shadow work. You do shadow work and you do it for real, family. Don't do it for me. Do it for yourself. Because from there, you're going to first realize that you need the level of love that you have not been getting at all. You got to give it to yourself, but then you got to also tell your partner and people that you're dealing with from here on out, nah, fam, I can't do that ambiguous love. I can't do that like chill, relaxed type love. I want over the top. I want a goddamn birthday party, surprise birthday party. I want you to surprise me with a bubble eye Benz and wrap it with a bow. Shit, I deserve that. I want people motherfucking taking pictures of me like I'm a bad bitch. Like, oh, why my wife just buy me a new bubble eye Benz? Oh, that's the type of love I want. Oh, hood, you can't be wanting your wife to love you all. Listen. I'm talking about an enormous amount of gratitude for this person that I have. I got so much love and gratitude that I will do everything for her. So I'm so grateful for her. Now, I'm not going to be ignorant to say that I don't want that in return. But ultimately, I can't wish that. I can only hope that she can see that for herself. To the point that I know for a fact that when she tuned in and tapped into her ancestor shit, money be coming from left and right. And that bubble eye Benz is not even going to be nothing. Like, she going to buy me 10 Benzes if she wanted to. So this is what I'm talking about. She's already prosperous. She's already abundant. A bubble eye Benz ain't shit. But I'm saying she could spoil me. You feel me? A boy can dream, right? Can a boy dream? Or are y'all trying to shoot down my dreams or something like that? So, understanding the will from a psychic level is being grateful, expecting gratitude from your partner, giving your partner gratitude. And you say, I thought law of attraction was about getting a Benz, a bubble eye Benz. It may be. But if you got a bubble eye Benz and you by yourself, if you got a big ass house and you by yourself, the more money you get and the more you go without having nobody to share it with, you might feel like the goofiest goofball on the face of the earth. Cause you will ride around in your bubble eye Benz and really, really wish that your ass was back on the bus with your hands in the back of jeans of some, 20-year-old girl who ain't got nothing going on, and you being a 20-year-old boy who ain't got nothing going on, and you just want to be on the bus with your little cute girlfriend. But now your old ass got money and you would never catch the bus because you think people want to do something to you, right? Because you done got all of these illusions. You done blocked all of your will. You done really thought that the amount of money that you had was going to attract love, and not the skills and the ability to be grateful for your partner. See, you had a lot of money and you had a lot of girls and you weren't never grateful for them. And now you alone. That's how it's going to be. You ain't going to be with nobody long term and not be grateful for them. But if you can't be grateful for yourself, your ability to magnetize and attract a high level entity, then you're going to get a low level entity that's going to take you to court. And you know what kind of court I'm talking about. So, why do I want to talk about the will first when referencing law of attraction? Because When you access your will into a spiritual energy, that is the most powerful thing on the planet. Very rare do you see shit that is like super successful and a person say, man, I don't know how I manifested this. This company just got to $1 million just by itself. I don't know. I just showed up one day and this company was just a big company. I don't know where I found this beautiful girl at. I was just walking down the street and she said, boy, you're so ugly. I want to be with you for life. And now I got this beautiful girl that I don't know how I got. I just got her. I'm just lucky. There's no such thing as luck. There's only the will. So what you begin to manifest, what you begin to focus on is so powerful. And the reason that you may not know it to be so powerful is because you give your will to, I will kick her ass. Talking about your baby daddy new girlfriend. I will flatten her tires. I will make her life hell. You better not bring her around my kids. So, in reference to the will, in reference to your energy, in reference to your feelings, what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on your problems? Do you realize that you're creating more problems by focusing on your problems? And please don't think that I'm your friend, that I want to hear your woes and your negative stories in life. Don't think that I'm that type of friend. I'll tell you in a heartbeat. I don't give a fuck. Because you're attracting it. And I don't want you to attract it. So if I act like I care, I'm acting like it's okay to attract it. And when reality it's not. Let's focus on something else so we can begin to attract that. So, attracting. Everybody has a sense of freedom. But do you utilize it? Do you practice it? You practice your sense of freedom with the will. And the will becomes your ability to see just how grateful you can become. You don't know how grateful you will possibly be once you begin to prioritize it in reference to the life that you're living. So easy to take these moments for granted. It's so easy to wish for more that you never sit and say, you know what? I'm alive in this moment and I'm so grateful for that. So baby mom, baby dad, just come spend some time with me. Let's just share energy. I just want to share this feeling that I have of being grateful. And maybe you move away from that feeling by sharing your energy with your partner. But ultimately, you can show them how you get your energy on, or you can just say, I'll see you later. I'm about to go restore myself. And speaking of restoration, I'm going to restore myself with some more water. Take my meditation pills, and I really need to get some readings done. If you got readings on Columbian Exchange, you're like, yo, what up? But trust me, I've been doing the class, and then after every class is like 24 hours of recuperating and things like that. So getting myself together, getting my mind right, body right. I'm gonna give y'all readings this week, I promise. Shadow work was a success. People really enjoyed it, got some positive reviews. If you're interested, the link will be in the description. So on ColumbianExchange.com, the re-record. Also get a copy of the PDF of the Shadow Work Journal and Handbook. However, if you want the physical, you can get the course and in the course is a 50% off coupon for the handbook. But if you just want to buy the book outright and don't want to take the course, the book could be $15. That's available. Those will be shipped out in the middle of July. What else is going on? Chakra Nova, of course. Astrology Explained, of course. Not scheduling any courses as of now. I'm doing the work. I'm doing my law of attraction work. So there's some manifestation things that I have on my mind that I'm trying to manifest, and I'm about to work on those things right now. So thank y'all for tuning in to another episode edition of Hood in the Morning. I am Hood. This is not the morning, but it may be at a certain point. It may be you listening to it and it's the morning, but however it goes, it's just the name. But astrology is my game. Law of attraction is my aim. And I'm really just hoping that we all as a collective tap into our energy, into our prosperity, to our abundance, and we reach the next level as a collective. You know, this is my goal. So with that being said, tell somebody, if you don't tell somebody today rather, that they're a spiritual being having a human experience. And if you don't tell nobody, tell yourself. Peace.